Alright, so we're back with the prelude. This never happened, but I put a new bumper on it because the side was all banged up. I came to find out this panel is really quite bent in. So I'm also missing that marker light and none of these lights in the front. That one and those ones over there are not wired in at all. But this side of the bumper fit up beautifully. Right with the body line. This light is not really sitting in there too high. I wouldn't hold new lights for this, but I'm also debating it since this is going to be a track car. But I really want to put all that effort into it for wiring up new lights and stuff. Or do I want to use this light passage here, run it up through under the headlight here, and then maybe duct it in right here for the air filter. So also put a new air filter on the intake here. It's a little bit different than the original one. I don't know where that one went anymore. This is clean, and you can tell it breathes a lot better now. Battery here. Right here it says 585, right? Should be what it's 12 amps is. It's actually like 380 something. So this battery is toast. The more pressing issue, however, is this guy right down here. My alternator. Right into Advanced Auto, thanks to them, and they said, yeah, it ain't it, chief. So we gotta do alternator, which is pretty sweet. So we got a new alternator in the car. Basically, I think what it is we have to pull off this line here that runs down to the power steering reservoir. We have to pull off this this part of the power steering line. Let's probably pull this up and unclip out of here and just over there somewhere. Then I believe there is a bolt right back down there. There's also one right here, which you really can't get to. So we'll have to loosen the tension here. So let's pop these bolts loose. This one should be back here. Actually, oh, it's the same one as that one. There's another bolt then somewhere in here. Pop that loose, get the tensioner loose, pull the alternator belt off. Then we get down to this one. There's a bolt back here. There's a bolt on the bottom. And the tensioner. So it'll be a good time. All right, so an hour later, nothing has happened. What I have done is move the box inside. I talked to my sister, and she's crazy. So I just verified the using a multimeter. This little die right here. The battery is sitting at 12.06 volts, which means that this is probably not going to be enough to achieve the car start. So we're going to pull off the negative and the positive terminal here, disconnect the battery, and then we can start working on the alternator down over there. All right, so we got the battery out. It's currently over there being charged since it doesn't need to be in the car for this. That way this electrical system is fully disconnected and everything is good and safe to touch. So next thing to do is to get this little set of banjo bolts off. I would do some more recording, but I don't really quite know where I could. just talk over here and I'll put this down. Here's a new knitter, right? So probably gonna go right on there, be nice and happy. We got our bolt up here. It does come with a new nut, so that's nice. Our connector is right here, but looking at this, we've got a bolt up here in the front, or the bottom, I should say, because this is how you'd be looking at it in the car. So we got a bolt down here, we have a bolt up here. And I believe, looking at this, yes, that's all we've got is just those two bolts to work with. I thought to take off, the pulley's already on it, don't have to worry about that. So that's that. So if we come look at our alternator here, same position right here. We have got a bolt right down here, which is going to be our tensioner bolt. And we got a bolt up in the back up here. So we got to really get this pump out of the way. And I see a bolt right here. This bolt's holding through a mounting bracket, which will hold the top part of the power steering pump. We loosen this bolt here, we can loosen this bolt here, and that will relieve our tension on the belt. And then I put it in our pump, another bolt down here. So we'll have to get to that one. And I might be pulling out some clips and whatnot in here. So we'll get to work on that. I'll give you guys updates in a little bit. All right, so the pump is nice and loose now. Got this top bolt out. That thing is this guy right here. It's gonna need some serious sanding right there. It's not a big deal. I don't have any sandpaper, but we'll figure something out. Got the belt off. It's currently zip tied up here to the brake lines. I just want this to fall off of the pulley way down there. It'll just be a pain in the butt. What we gotta do is keep backing out this one little bolt right here and have a wrench on that side, and we'll be out of here in no time. Oh, yeah, it's very professional videography skills here. Now we're looking at the top of our alternator here. We got our one big crusty bolt right there with it's gonna be just leveraging that sucker off. See all that crap that came out of there. It's rusty. I'm gonna have to get a wire brush and see if I can't brush some of that rust out of there. This bracket here, it's sturdy, it's solid, it's just rusty. And we got this bolt up here at the top. We got a bolt down here, I should say. Somewhere down there, there's a bolt. The tensioning bolts are right here. So as long as we can get that all off, we should be good to go. Okay, so next update, got the bolt out of there. That is this beefy boy here. Have to clean the threads up there. I think they have some Loctite on them. But it's a beefy boy. It's a pain in the butt because of this connector right here. For the ABS unit is in the way of this bolt coming out. So it doesn't look like it'd be in the way, like, oh, there's show you. Just push it out of the way. You just kind of jiggle it out. So top bolt's out. I wish I didn't have these AC lines right here, but I like having AC, so I'm not getting rid of them. So now I've got to get down there and pull out, or back the tensioner bolts out. If I can get this bolt right here to loosen, but there's not a lot of space in here. So that's gonna be a fun one. And then I have a bolt down under here. Somewhere. So upon further digging, my bolt is down under the pulley here. So I'm gonna pull the reservoir out because there's just a little bolt right there that should pop this reservoir loose, and I can just move it. Or just disconnect these lines and then just pull the reservoir out. Should be good to go. All right, so I was able to get some progress done. I'll throw these down just for a sec. Okay. So we got the power steering reservoir out. That's the lower hose that runs to that runs the pump itself. I only made a lot of a mess draining the entire thing, so if you get down here and you look, not too bad. But then you pull this out and it's just power steering fluid. So you go back under there. We don't like talking about you. This bolt I got out, which I think I said. This bolt down here, I'm getting loose. Oh, I'm not even pointing to the things. Just here. You go back under the. You naughty thing. That's gonna be a problem. So I can get that out. Power steering line. I have a screw head in there. You know what? Everybody get the screw head out. I was more sure. Where am I getting the screw head out of the power steering line? You little hose. I found a place to stuff you. Go away. Anyway, I'm getting this bolt out down here. It's really hard to see. It's under a lot of tension because it's holding this belt on. I also just soaked both of the alternator, the belt, everything. So I'm gonna have some squeaks more than likely. But that's okay. We'll deal with that. This power steering fluid should come off pretty easy. Maybe the new alternator doesn't have this little clip on it, which is okay. Just for wiring purposes, of the zip tied up. But once we get this bolt there, that one there loosened all the way, we can go for the bolt on the bottom here, which is able to feel around and find. So I'm going to keep on working on getting that bolt out. So if I can, then again, our point is too far forward. That might work. That's what I'm working with. I get it on there. I got that much turning. So who knows? to go grab a bite to eat, and it's been probably about an hour or so since I recorded the last little segment of this. The problem is, bolt on the top there, I got the bolts in the front are out, because they're, see this guy? No, not that guy. This guy, right here. This does one of them. And I've also got this little guy here. This little guy goes in right in there, just like that. And those are in there like that. I got both of those out. I got this nut off, which is the nut that I care about, so I got that nut out. And I got the big boy bolt. Those are my alternator bolts. The damn thing's still in there. I can't even get tension off this belt. So there is a, on the back of this, it's an awful lot like this one, which was for the power steering pump up here at the top, I believe, if memory serves. Yeah, this is the top one. This threads apart like this. It goes on, so hopefully that just went on pretty well. So I'm missing this part of the bolt, still under the damn thing. And there's like no access. Like that I can feel down here and I can feel the stud. It's right there. I mean, my index finger's on it. That's the stud for the bolt there. And then come on this side. Down there, it's hard to see. I don't know if it'll actually do or not. There's a little round. You can see the bolt just barely poking in there. I'll try to highlight it a little bit in video in editing, but it's stuck in there. So I gotta hit it with some. My plan is to hit it with some PB Blaster and see if that does me any good. Let me see here. Hit it with some PB Blaster. Hopefully, maybe some WD-40 since there's a nice nozzle on it. We'll see. Meantime, is my thingy? Yes. This thingy going here. Yeah. So we gotta hit with that. I'm gonna try to bang on it with some. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a socket to kind of sit over that piece and maybe hit it with a hammer on the other end to hopefully break the rust loose. But I do have to get this guy back in here. I'm really just laying these threads out quite nicely. I need this to hold the alternator up. So when I pop that, that way when I take this bolt out, tension is relieved off of the belt and the belt just drops. So we'll see in a little bit. All right, after much struggling, I got that piece of shit out of here. It's a nice hole. Lots of penetrating fluid, lots of randling and annoyances. It was this bolt right here. It was where my fingers are, my thumb, my middle finger. That's rust welded like crazy. It didn't want to come out, so finally got it out though, which is very sweet. So now we get to have the fun part of putting the new alternator in, and this bolt goes right there. Okay, so gotta get this sucker in there. Hopefully I'll be able to take it for a drive tonight yet. I'm hoping, but it is kind of raining outside. Okay, so I got everything put back in here. Everything's wired up, everything's bolted down. Snug again. This pump ain't moving. Nothing ain't moving. My belts are all nice and snug. Just filling up the power steering reservoir because it's gonna be empty. So I gotta put some fluid in this thing. All right, here really is the moment of truth. Let's see here. She running! Let's get outside and see what we're looking at. Drawing down fluid. Okay, I'll be back. Second, I gotta put more fluid in. Alright, and of course, the last thing we gotta check, the multimeter. Let's see here. Flash is down, down. Hey, we're doing better.